What's up, YouTube? It's JackalGoldKick. Welcome to vlog number 9. It's been a while since I did a vlog video. I used to do a lot of these back in the day. What they pretty much were was it was me just doing like a vlog talking about some topics and what's been going on with me, stuff like that. It's kind of what this is going to be. Just felt like making one. So, in terms of what I've been up to lately, I've been playing some games again recently, which is good. I finally found a new game to get into, and the video game that I have been playing recently is this Samurai Warriors 2 Empires. This is a really good game. I've been enjoying this. I started playing it since yesterday. Really good game. So far, out of the Empire games I played, I guess excluding W6 Empires, I think this is the one of the best ones. I don't want to right off the bat say it's the best because I haven't completed it yet, but it's really good. Fun to play. The English dub for Samurai Warriors 2 is starting to really grow on me. I kind of appreciate the English dub of this game because it's like it stands out from the other Warriors games because it doesn't sound like anything else, and it's a pretty good game. Been playing as Shingen. I play as other characters too here and there that I got in my army, like Mitsuhide, Katsui. Unfortunately, it's his base model from regular Samurai Warriors 2. That is one of the issues I have with this game. There's no XL content, Extreme Legends content in here, which I don't understand why, because I'm pretty sure this came out around the same time or after XL, so I don't know why that's the case. I like the music selection in here. It's really cool how you can listen to Samurai Warriors 1 songs. I absolutely love that. And, on the Xbox 360, cleans up well in HD. Back when Koei wasn't trying to nickel and dime you with all the DLC and crap now. You got, costumes, even though I'd rather have new outfits and color palettes, but this costumes at least compared to their new games when they don't really have even a color palette for you to use. So yeah, I've been enjoying this. I'm playing the Battle of Kawakaganjima. Sorry if I butchered that name. Playing that. And I look forward to playing more of this because it's definitely been pretty fun. It's basically Empire. For those that don't know, Empires is basically you take a Warriors game, but it's more of like a strategic approach. But this is kind of the strategic, or I guess you could call strategy games that I can actually get into because I'm not really into RTS strategy games. But strategy games like this, I can like because it's from a series I like, and you're not just doing strategy. I mean, you are, but there's also gameplay, which is nice. And yeah, it's been good. I'm trying to think of what else I could say about this. I mean, not that I want this to be a review video for the game, but just thought I'd let y'all know what I was doing at the moment. Just been playing this, and I was listening to some music before I started recording this video. You know, doing some things I had to do, thumbnails, this and that, brainstorming some ideas for certain videos, but not really doing them yet. So, yeah, that's what I've been up to. Really good game. I got this I think last month. I did a video showing me getting this game, but I just haven't put it out yet. I don't know. It's kind of going to go into something I'm going to talk about right now about like YouTube and kind of my mindset on things. So it's not that I'm going to quit YouTube, but I have this kind of back and forth pattern in my head where it's like, I'm glad I'm monetized on here and I appreciate people that watch my channel, but being on here for 10 years, I feel like I should have a lot more views. I feel like I should have a lot more subscribers. And I just think I should be more known on here. I shouldn't be, you know, still not even getting 1,000 views a video, like 10 years. So that's something I've been thinking about. And it's like I was thinking about some videos to do, like top 10 Dennis songs or thoughts on Yellow Wolf, but I'm starting to have this issue where it's like, is this gonna get good views? Like don't get me wrong, I've always liked doing a lot of videos I want to do, even if they're not gonna be trendy or popular, because I'm passionate about it, like top 10 Blood on the Dance Floor songs, for example, or other things. But at the same time, it's just kind of discouraging when you do a video about something you really want to talk about and it does poorly views wise. But then when you do a video on something you don't care about as much, it gets tons of views. And I just think that's shitty. Like the Yeet Sucks video, that video it was me trying to bring back the rapper rant thing, and I don't think I even had the passion like that for that video, and that got 1,000 views. Like, damn, I wish I could get that in my videos that I actually am super into. Um, so there's that going on with my whole mindset on the YouTube thing. What else? What else could I talk about in this vlog? Um, I mean, yeah. To sum that part up, I'm not gonna quit YouTube, but just some BS. Like I wish I had more views and more subs. And oh yeah, another thing I forgot to mention before we talk about some other stuff with the YouTube thing. I actually wanted to say something real quick about the whole live stream thing. For those that don't know, the live streams I do where you see me playing a game or listening to music and I'm not interacting, those live streams are not meant for entertainment or to entertain all of you. It's meant for me, helping me stay away from my addiction. It's one of my techniques for recovery. I know that's going to be impossible for everyone to get, especially new people, because I'd have to repeat myself every single time a new person showed up. But at the very least, I would hope that subscribers, hopefully all of you get it, because there was somebody telling me there's been some people that have said things about it, and I get it. It's not entertaining, but it's meant for my own benefit. So hopefully it's understood now. Um, let's see, what else was I going to say about the YouTube. Some of the YouTube stuff in my head I was going to talk about. Um, I forgot. We'll see if it comes back to me. What else do I want to talk about? I mean, I'm still doing everything I can to stay away from my addiction, but I still haven't reached a point where I could say it's been a year, 2 years. Not that I want to put so much weight on counting, because I want to get it. I want my life to be like, I want it to be where it's out of my life, not 90 days or any of that shit. Um, I feel like I've made a lot of good progress since late 2022, but I've had a lot of setbacks. But the only thing I can really do is learn why a setback happens and apply that. Like the last setback I had was because some of it OCD, but mainly because I was scrolling my sub feed on YouTube and I just saw something on top of some other stuff in my head that was going on that, caused a setback. But even this month in, a few or more so days in, the difference with now compared to that relapse and coming off of it, it's like night and day difference mindset wise and where I'm at, in my headspace basically. Um so yeah, there's that. What else could I discuss in this vlog? I do need a shave, but it still looks fine, I suppose. I was gonna wear a hat to record this video. I was gonna cover this bed up, but I don't know. I'm just kind of feeling like I don't give a fuck right now making a video like this, because it's like, this is me, you know. Like, there's nothing wrong with dressing nice or making sure you're not filming in front of something where there's garbage and stuff. Not that there's garbage behind me, but I don't know. Right now, I just don't care about the looks of it all. If that makes sense, I don't know. What else could I discuss in this vlog? I feel a little bit better today. Earlier, I didn't feel the best because I slept for like, the hell. I pulled an all nighter yesterday. I've done this multiple times to fix my sleep schedule, and after a while, and see, this is the thing. That's another thing I want to talk about. Sleep. Sleep is a motherfucker. Let me tell you, it really, really is. The only thing that's ever been able to make you successful in sleeping in terms of always working is Benadryl, aka Xanax pills, but I do not take those anymore. And I'll actually reveal why that is in this vlog here soon. But with sleeping, there's a long time where I can sleep normally, but then eventually my sleep schedule just gets ruined, and then it just becomes worse after the fact. Then I end up having to take sleep meds, but I don't get addicted to them. But sometimes the tolerance does build. You know, I know it may not be the safest thing ever. I don't know. I'm not a fucking doctor, but if I can't go to sleep naturally, then I'm gonna have to rely on those. You know, and someone might say, well, as long as you're sleeping normally, who cares about the hours? But I can't do the night owl schedule. Damn it, I can't. And I've had such a challenge and back and forth with the whole sleep thing itself, because it's like with the sleep thing, it's like I've went through so many phases of pulling an all-nighter, trying to fix a sleep schedule, then it gets worse. Then it gets worse, you know? I go through because I go through these phases where I'll try to fix my sleep schedule, pull an all-nighter, it's fixed for a while, then it gets ruined. Fixed for a while, then it gets ruined. This happens a lot. And I do my best to maintain a morning schedule because I want the early bird morning schedule is better for me than a night owl schedule. One, because I feel better. With the night owl schedule, I feel like complete fucking shit. Even with tons of caffeine and all that, still feel like shit. The early morning bird schedule, I feel better. Way better. And then the night owl schedule, I feel like complete shit. Another reason is, me trying to get away from this addiction. That addiction is kind of tied in habit wise with the night owl schedule because that's kind of where the addiction started to happen was the night owl times when I was younger. So I can't have the night owl schedule also because of that, because you become kind of more tired and less aware and yada 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 at night owl, if that makes sense. Late at night, basically. So yeah, there's that. But I will mention why it is I stopped taking Benadryl, okay, Xanax. So I've mentioned this on the channel, but when I made a huge effort compared to just using willpower and stuff, to get away from my porn addiction, in late 2022, I discovered that when I would take a Benadryl, aka a Xanax pill, it would get rid of the cravings of the addiction. And at first, I was like, this is actually pretty useful. I'm going to utilize this in my recovery. But what I noticed is there were some negatives to using that. Now, those things can help you sleep and they can get rid of your cravings temporarily if you struggle with a porn addiction. But I wouldn't advise or recommend using them. I mean, I know everyone's different with certain things they take and use, but for me, the reason I stopped taking them is because what I noticed when I use those things is like there was way more bad than good. Because here's what would happen when I would take those things. I would be like kind of zoned out, and it was like I would forget some stuff I was doing, sitting here listening to songs on the TV on YouTube, and I would forget what songs to look up. And another thing is when when I was taking some of the stuff like that, I want to make it clear I wasn't an addict of it. I don't got an addiction to it or anything, because I know sometimes when you talk about this stuff or mention alcohol, some people judge and say, "Oh, you probably had an addiction to it." Yeah, this guy's addicted to it. No, I'm not. I never had an addiction to it, thankfully. But the negatives were bad with it. Forgetting things when I was looking up songs and you know things like that. And yeah, some other negatives I noticed from taking those is a lot of the days after taking one, I was angry, I was pissed off, I was an asshole to people. Arguments I've had with certain people were a lot more explosive, volatile. There was less resistance for me to say certain things. It was like I was kind of more out of control, and there was no thought or kind of like, I guess, control of certain things I said. Like even on YouTube, I'll give you guys some pointers and hints now. Like that shit I had going on back then, either last year, I can't remember what year it was, but it was either last year, yeah, it had to be last year, where I was like, it was like it kind of looked late, and I was kind of going through this phase where I was telling my fans, give me money and this and that, and I feel like if you guys watch my channel, you should give me money. I think that was when I took a Xanax, or a day after I took a Xanax that I said that, you know? Like some of the shit I said like that came from no resistance taking one of those. Now, granted, I took these to not only sometimes, fall asleep, but mostly because it was a way to, hey, I'm craving, the addiction. I'll use a Xanax and then boof, the cravings are gone. And while it's good for that aspect, it's bad in other ways. Because, yeah, like I said, I was an asshole to people the next day after I use them. That was the main thing I hated about them. I felt every time I would use those, the next day after taking a Xanax, aka Benadryl, I would be an asshole. I was a fucking dick. Like I said, less resistance, more just not caring of what you said or did. And the arguments with people were a lot more explosive and a lot more volatile, or whatever the word is you could say, basically. And the main thing that made me stop taking them. And, this is something I'm not proud of, but I at least hope people get where I'm coming from with what I'm going to say on why I stopped taking these. I feel like nowadays, off topic side comment real quick, with the whole internet thing and all these people that are famous and stuff, and certain people's bad stuff get exposed. I mean, certain people doing bad things is worse than others, obviously, but I feel like we're living in a world nowadays where we see a lot of people get exposed for certain things, and while some of that is deserving, I feel like some people are starting to get this view that, well, you know, we're people that are perfect. We're people that are good. We don't do bad things. So we have to shoot down and judge down and take down people that do bad things. But if these same people had their bad stuff exposed, their bad stuff put out there, they would be canceled, that word. And like I said, some of it is valid, the stuff going on with Diddy, the stuff going on with Drake. But I just get this vibe that I don't know, like some people, like this stuff has gotten so consistent, and that it just, I don't know, it just makes me feel like maybe some people forgot that they're not perfect either. That, hey, what if some of the bad stuff you did or said was put out in the public? What then? But anyways, let me get into what made me stop taking Xanax. And this happened in late no, this happened early this year, sometime in January. And this is going to be kind of hard to say on camera, but yeah. So one of the negatives with taking the Xanax, aka Benadryl, is less resistance, arguing with people. And what ended up happening is sometimes I would get into arguments with my mom, for example, and they were a lot crazier and bad from my end. And sometimes, a lot of times, I would start them because of the rage and anger that comes from taking a Xanax, and certain shit would get started from me because of taking that shit. That's what I noticed. And what made me stop taking them was I had gotten to an argument with her, and it got so like crazy from my end, taking full responsibility for it, that I ended up like we were kind of in each other's face, and I ended up pushing her. And that was a wake up call right there. I was like I cannot take these damn things anymore. I can't, because if it's to the point where something like that can happen, I don't want anything to do with these damn things anymore. And I felt so bad for doing that. I did apologize. Me and my mom have a good relationship. I don't talk about like my mom or brother a lot on my YouTube channel because I'm kind of private with that stuff. But I do love my mom a lot, and we do have a good relationship. We get along. She was the good parent I had compared to Rocket Dog. But, that is something I did, and I regret it. It was like we were arguing, and we were in the kitchen, and I pushed her, and I felt so bad for that. I couldn't believe I did something like that. This was the day after I took a Xanax. And the even worse part about that aspect is when I took that damn thing, I think I slept like maybe a little less than 8 hours, which is terrible, you know? Well, I don't even know what I'm saying, but like when you take one of those, you're already pissed off the next day. But if you don't get a lot of sleep, you combine the anger and rage from taking a Xanax plus not getting full 8 hours of sleep. I feel like it makes the anger even worse, you know? So that's why I stopped taking them. I haven't took one since like sometime in January this year, and it's been easy to stay away from because I didn't get addicted to them. I don't have cravings for them. I'm never touching those things again because, you know, like like I said, that argument and then me getting physical like that, because I've never done anything like that. I don't. I'm not. I don't want to be that kind of person, or I'm not going to be that kind of guy that's gonna put hands on women or beat them up, especially my own mom. And it was kind of hard to admit that on camera, but that did happen, and I'm not proud of it. I apologize. My mom forgave me for it. I apologize for it, It's not something that was good to do at all. And, it's a bad thing I did, and it's not good. But in a way, what came out of that bad situation is it woke me up like shit. I got to stop fucking taking these things, man. Cuz who knows what other fucking bullshit I could have did, you know, continuing that. So, yeah, I don't know what the reaction is going to be to that. Sometimes I don't know what to share, what not to share on YouTube because, what people think sometimes and how like there's this one person I used to be friends with in real life and he just stopped talking to me and he ghosted me because I like shared some shit with him. That was also when I was taking Xanax and I had less resistance to say shit. And what ended up happening is he just stopped talking to me, so it's like, damn, what should I share, what should I shouldn't share? But that incident that happened with Xanax, I feel like I said when it happened, and even still now, I feel very bad for it. I apologize for it. It's one of the worst things I ever did. And I never did anything like that again up until now, and I'm gonna carry that for the rest of my life. And also, like I said, I stopped taking those. That was the wake up call right there. Um, I know some people out there struggle with addiction to that stuff, and I know what addiction's like because I'm still making an attempt to get the porn addiction out of my life. So yeah, I always wanted to reveal on YouTube that, I guess, story about why I stopped taking the Xanax thing. I just hope people, I don't know, get where I'm coming from on that. And then I guess the last thing I'll talk about in this vlog is I had this lame ass foot injury that happened recently where late last month I used to like going for walks because it was a way to lose some weight, which that's another thing I'm going to talk about actually now that I think about it. This thing that's cool about vlogs, I can talk about anything I want, just put a bunch of topics in here. Is sometime last month I was wearing these certain kinds of shoes. They were these blue and black shoes, and the way I was walking in them and the certain way I walked, I ended up injuring a part in my foot for it. And I think it was like the day after or something. I noticed a pain in there, and it was there from late last month all the way to now. It was some bruising in there, and getting that taken care of. And I've had to get away from the walks for now. And it just sucks because, like, damn, I was trying to do something healthy, like go for a walk, even though it wasn't consistent every single day. I did the best I could. What ended up happening is it got injured, and it's like, shit, man, fuck. Ended up getting injured, and it's like, damn, man, like, so even doing something healthy, that shit happens. So there's that. And then, okay, I think this will be the last thing I talk about because I'm starting to run out of time on Clipchamp, which is what I use to record these because Windows HP laptop doesn't have built-in recording software, unfortunately. So it's a Clipchamp's third party. But anyways, my weight. This is something I'm going to talk about because I've never really talked about it on the channel. So let's talk about it. My weight. I've always somewhat been chubby my whole life. There was a time where I was mostly skinny, I would say, when I first started YouTube. But yeah, I do got some weight on me. I think last time I checked my weight, it was around like, what, 220, maybe 230. But it's been some time ago. And, the whole thing with me with weight, I would like to lose weight. I would like to, get rid of that and become skinny. But it's like, it's tough, because I can't focus all on that and put all the intention on that because I'm still trying to get rid of this addiction. Because what I learned about this addiction is that when you're trying to get rid of addiction, especially this addiction, you can't throw too much on at once. You can focus on this and that a little bit, but you can't go all the way in it, because it's like you got all your mind and you're focusing all on this addiction. You can't just focus on this thing when you got this other thing to deal with that you got to get rid of first. So the thing with me with weight loss is, yeah, I got some fat on me. And I mean, I guess I would say I'm skinny fat, kind of like somebody I talked to, Gamer Rant, would say. He said he was skinny fat. I'm somewhat skinny fat. I would say I'm skinny fat. I do got fat on me. I definitely need to lose weight. And, what I've tried to do is, you know, like the doctor told me only 2,000 calories a day. I try to maintain that, but sometimes it goes over that because, for instance, if I got to pull an all nighter and I need caffeine to stay up, I want to save this energy drink for later to get energy. So I'll drink this Coke, which has 100 calories in it. Combine that with food, so it's been messy for me to lose weight. I mean, I've made an attempt, like, instead of having two sandwiches and chips, one sandwich and chips. Instead of having cereal with two pieces of toast, just the cereal or just the toast, little things like that. Because there were a lot of things I did, where I would, I don't know if I could say I have a food addiction. I don't know. I haven't looked up a lot of the symptoms for that, but I do. I would say, yeah, I have somewhat of an issue with food. I think a lot of that comes from the crap I've been through in life and mental health issues. Because there were times because I do love food. I do love food, and it is something I enjoy. I mean, what human doesn't enjoy food? That's what we need to survive, right? But it's I guess I do have somewhat of a problem with it, I would say, but I don't know if I want to classify myself as a food addict exactly. But it's like, you know like sometimes in the past, like I remember, like if like for instance, if I'm making, like I remember in the past when I was making a party pizza in the oven, while that party pizza was cooking in the oven, I would be snacking on stuff. It'd be cooking in the oven and I'm eating nutty bars or I'm eating chips, and that's not needed because I'm gonna get full from the pizza. I don't need to have something else with it. Or I have a ton of ranch with it, or with when I make homemade burgers and fries, I have a fuck ton of mayo on there and just dip the fucking fry in a whole bunch of mayo. That's fattening as shit. Big ass. Sometimes I have big ass fucking salads. Eat nutty bars. Sometimes I eat whole tubs of, well, somewhat tubs of ice cream, but I kind of use that as, like, sometimes I'll dabble in junk food or like sweets as maybe a way to, like, because one of the things I learned about the addiction I deal with is that, well, maybe use junk food sometimes to deal with a craving or to, have something else you can turn to, at least in the process of while you're quitting the addiction. That's kind of how I looked at, like, okay, sometimes eating the junk food thing, but I think I'm getting better at controlling it because, like, like I said, one sandwich and some chips, cereal and toast individually, not together, things like that. I think I'm getting better at it, but it hasn't been perfect. But I would like to lose some weight. I just hope the daily walks when the injury's gone and a calorie thing, I just hope these things can help. And I hope they can, really get me to where I need to be, which is skinny. Um, I know I could get muscular, but I just don't. I don't know. I just haven't hit the gym, and I don't know why I don't. It's the same thing with a job. That's something else I could talk about, I guess. I genuinely, I don't think I could even give a good reason why I've never worked or never had a job. I mean, technically the thumbnail thing in YouTube, but in terms of a real job, I've never had a real job, and I don't know why that is, to be honest. Maybe the reason for it, if I had to really put it together in words, when I was growing up as a kid, my deadbeat dad never really worked jobs. And I feel like that reflected on me. And because I grew up around him and saw how he was not working a job, I'm like, well, that's normal then. So I think that's why I never went for a job or prioritized that, because it's like, well, I grew up around someone who didn't have a job, you know, growing up around that, I think it's normal. That's kind of how I view things. And plus, also, I still have some hope that maybe YouTube will go somewhere. Maybe I'll make some more money off this and won't have to work a job. So yeah, I genuinely, I don't know. That's the whole job thing and the whole weight thing. Like I said, I do have a bad problem with food. I don't won't say I have a food addiction, but probably comes from mental health issues and stuff like that. But damn, I did not expect this vlog to be that long. But yeah, just everything that I could think of talking about for vlog number 9. A lot of topics, a lot of things to talk about, but it's been a minute since I did a vlog. So, yeah, that's it for vlog number 9. One take, because I feel like with a vlog, you want to be one take and just, keep it straight,. Keep it smooth. But, anyways, that's all that's been going on with me. And by the way, before I go, there's Jackal Gold Kick merch. If you don't know already, poppoptees.com. Check it out in the description. Go check it out and support it. And yeah. Thanks to everyone that supports the channel and stuff like that. That's it for this vlog number 9. Peace.